All right, I touched on this briefly in the last video, but I want to actually really be explicit about it. There are times when there's no point in sending a text. Okay, there are times when there's no point in sending a text. And what I want you to think about here is every time you're sending a text, you should be able to explain afterwards if you were asked, what was the purpose? What did that text achieve? So maybe it was, we weren't talking, I wanted to restart the conversation. Or maybe it was she sent a shit test, so I passed the shit test. Or maybe it was, I'm trying to make plans, okay? But there are times when there is nothing that will be achieved by a text. So for example, you are texting back and forth, it's really, really good, and you said, hey, I gotta go, but da-da-da, and she goes, good night. At that point, texting good night or texting a follow-up, there is no purpose. She's already in bed, you're not meeting up with her that day. She already ended the conversation, it's already super positive. You texting, it cannot achieve anything. All it can achieve is making you look needy, possibly, right? It might not ruin anything, but it's not achieving anything. It's not making the situation any better. So in those contexts, my philosophy with texting is less is more, right? My philosophy with texting is if you were busy having the most amazing experience of your life, would you be texting back right now? Probably not. So any text you send in that meaningless context, all it's saying to her is he's not having the most amazing experience of his life right now. That's it. Okay. And again, also, the more text you send and the more you just get convoluted, the more opportunity you have to make mistakes. The other side note on this, by the way, is don't plan ahead your text either. Okay. So a lot of times there's a situation where things are really good and there's no point in sending a text. But what guys will do is they'll send a text and be like, I'm going to send this. And then when she responds to that, then I'll leave it silent because then I'll really have her hooked. Right? And when guys get tricky like that, it always backfires. It always, always, always backfires. If it's good, let it be good enough, right? Because what happens a lot of times is I'll just send this one more text to bait her into an answer, and then when she answers, I'll go silent, and then I'll really have her hooked. And then you send that text, and then she doesn't respond, you're like, oh, fuck. And then you're back to square one, okay? Don't do it, right? Again, if there's nothing specific to be achieved by the text, don't send it. You can always send it later if you need to.